AI companies have an Achilles heel powerful enough to bring AI progress to a halt. And I believe it is us, young people. For young people around the world, AI companies have become the symbol of what young people despise. They see it as the reason why they cannot get a job, why youth unemployment is so high, why the price of a house is so high, and why they feel that they are economically disadvantaged when compared to generations prior. AI companies are the symbol of a powerful elite, which young people blame is the reason why they cannot get ahead. Personally, I don't think this is a fair comparison, but I can see how it could happen. In my view, these issues started long before what we see as the modern day research breakouts that we've seen with the development of ChatGPT. But why has this happened? Why is there such a disconnect between young people's opinions on AI and how the AI companies operate? Surely these companies, with the amount of capital they have, are able to market and brand themselves a bit better, right? Why does it feel like, to me as a young person, that these AI companies almost purposely look to destroy their branding and their trust with young people? And it's actually a really interesting reason why. It actually is because of the way these AI companies operate. Right now, these AI companies are a black hole, and they are eating huge amounts of capital to buy computer resources as well as electricity. Right now, they are getting this money through institutional investors, that is via large banks and other private financial funds that are fueling money in and investing into these companies in the hope that AI will change the world and their AI company they're investing in will produce them with large significant capital return. But the thing that is fueling this black hole isn't just money, it is actually hype. These AI leaders have to build up hype to get investors inside to create FOMO, so they will invest in these companies. And the way these AI leaders are creating hype is by saying absurd things to generate hype. Hype around how many jobs will be displaced, hype around the world changing. And I don't believe that the world won't change and these jobs won't be displaced. I do question how fast this will happen and the angle that AI companies are taking when they're hyping it up. So what they're doing here is actually destroying the trust of young people around them to build up hype so they can raise more and more money. Every time someone like Sam Altman backtracks on their public views on something like a universal basic income, every time that a AI leader celebrates unemployment and automation, more and more young people start to believe that the development of AI will not benefit them. And this becomes a real problem for AI companies as these young voters start to get older and get eligible to head to the voting booths. And this is the Achilles heel. And we've actually seen this hinder a previous technology, and that is nuclear energy. The fact of the matter is that nuclear energy is far safer than something like producing coal. But despite this, we've actually seen that due to voters and decisions at the voting polls, we've seen a huge hamstring on the development for nuclear energy. Nuclear energy hasn't been able to prosper and celebrate the success it potentially could have because of the association between nuclear energy and environmental destruction. Even though stats actually show that nuclear is far, far, far safer than existing methods we have of producing electricity, just like coal. It is interesting though, because AI has already done a lot of good for the world. We've seen technologies like AlphaFold from Google DeepMind solve huge scientific problems and cause the researchers to win Nobel Prizes. But in the public view, oftentimes they don't hear about these stories as often, and they only hear AI leaders talking about how their job will be displaced. And it's very ironic because what a lot of young people are complaining about in terms of what AI represents, which is environmental destruction, the unfair allocation of capital, is exactly what this technology could solve. If we reach AGI, we could have potentially abundance of many things. Pretty much all the issues in the world, in theory, could be solved with the invention of an artificial general intelligence. And so it's ironic that us as young people, we are the ones who see AI as this negative thing, when it is the thing that could solve all the problems that we perceive as AI causing. Right now we're in an arms race. These companies want to be the first to achieve what we call as artificial general intelligence. They want to be the first to build the best model that can improve itself. So they don't care about the connection between young people and themselves. All they care about is building the best AI model as fast as possible. And what I worry about most is that we see a reflection with the same thing that happened with nuclear energy, where voters took the voting polls and in some cases, I believe unfairly, hamstring the nuclear power industry. And I worry that we could see the same thing with AI, when AI could solve a lot of the problems in the world. Right now, AI companies are in a race to achieve AGI before Gen Z, who is soon to be the largest voting base, has had enough, before they vote to hamstring the AI industry, to potentially tax this industry, to potentially regulate this industry because of their fears of AI development, and because they believe that AI development will not benefit them in their future. AI companies will continue to generate this hype. It is a fact. They need to keep raising capital to keep creating these models. The only question is, can AI companies continue to repel what is the most anxious generation we've ever seen before they head to the voting booths?